The following is a presentation of The Day.
A flashy point guard, a dynamic big man, a shooter who can score, a coach who is no stranger to the big game, a team that is more substance than style, unselfish, and possibly overlooked. Of course, that is Waterford and Wheeler, two teams with remarkable similarities. Wheeler has won 4 straight games, is undefeated in league play, and has bought into Coach Stephen Bailey's system. Kyle Kessler is a flashy and fun point guard. Zane Brewer can score inside and out. And DeAndre Bransford plays big, scores big, and wants to win big. Bailey, a former assistant at East Lyme, wants his team to emulate and ultimately beat the team he is so familiar with, Waterford. Waterford has also won 4 straight games, is undefeated in division play, and is starting to give Coach Bill Bassett reason to smile. Parker Spencer is the next sensational Waterford point guard. Jordy Kazar can fill it up from long range, and Juan Morel is, well, impactful. For the Lancers to continue their winning ways, Morel must be dominant, and he can be. The X will be rocking, and something has to give. Can the Lancers continue to climb, or will Wheeler continue to play with the heart of Lions? We will get all our answers as Waterford and Wheeler take center stage with all the action live on game day on theday.com.
As the crowd filters in to the X on the campus of Waterford High School. It's a battle between two schools, mirror images. The Waterford High School Lancers play host to the Wheeler Lions, and all the action is live on Game Day. Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. All that's good begins with a smile. At Waterford Dental Health, your smile is our top priority. Our entire team dedicated to providing you the personalized dental care that you deserve, so visit them at waterforddentalhealth.com for more information. Casey O'Neill, along with the coach, Chris Giusti. And Coach, you know, this game postponed from earlier in the week. The weather outside is chilly. It's the wonderful Go Gold event here inside tonight. And these two teams, a lot of similarities.
Yeah, and if you decided to stay inside and cozy up with a blanket on the couch, we'll bring all the action to you live in your living room. But, you know, Wheeler playing at the X on the big stage for the second season in a row. Last year they were here for the ECC semifinals. The last time they played in the X against Waterford was way back in 2010. So the little engine that could out of North Stonington scheduled this game. It's actually a non-conference game. They scheduled this game to get the experience playing under the big lights in the big arena in the hopes that they will get back to the ECC semifinals, that they can hopefully make a run in the state tournament, and that's why they've come here tonight to challenge an ECC perennial power in Waterford.
Well, you can't talk about Wheeler High School without talking about one of the great all-time Wheeler Lion athletes. I'm talking, of course, about the sports doctor. Keith, what do you got?
Hey, Casey, I'm a member of the 100-point club at Wheeler for sure over 4 years. But the one thing I got tonight was the chills coming into the arena. And not because it's 4 below, but chills from some of the names that we've seen throughout the years here at Waterford High School, whether it's Sutman, whether it's O'Connell, whether it's Mikey Bissetto, and the state championship runs they've had. A lot of great names and a lot of great players over the last 5 or 6 years here at Waterford. Okay? How about some names from Wheeler we don't hear very often? How about Wilkinson, Burtbeck, Robert, McNeil, some of the kids over the last 25 or 30 years that have carried this small school to great success at times. You don't hear a lot about it, Casey, but these kids have grown up together, they play hard, and they play well. And if I could steal a line from your one of guys, and finally, the Wheeler Lions have made it to game day.
That's right, sports doctor. You know, Juice, we're going to talk tonight. One of the things I want to talk to about the people at home is the difference between the divisions, what it means to be in Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, and Division 4, because it gets complicated. So when we come back, we're going to talk about that and how it applies to these two teams. But first, let's meet all the players in tonight's game.
Kyle Kessler, North Stonington Christian Academy.
Nate Main, North Stonington Elementary School.
Keith Zardes, North Stonington Elementary School.
Kyle Montigny, North Stonington Elementary School.
DeAndre Bransford, Huntington Elementary School.
John Anderson, North Stonington Elementary.
Garrett Linehan, North Stonington Elementary.
Sean Burgle, North Stonington Elementary School.
Wyatt Elliott, North Stonington Elementary.
Brody Pappas, Preston Veterans Memorial School.
Mason Perkins, North Stonington Elementary.
Jason Kruswich, The Quaker Hill Elementary.
Zane Brewer, Navy-based primary school, Singapore.
James Main, North Stonington Elementary.
Quinn Speller, Oswegatchie Elementary School.
Griffin Neal, Quaker Hill Elementary.
Parker Spencer, Fernan Elementary.
Gabe Lombardi, The Great Neck Elementary.
Jody Cassard, Nativity Catholic School.
Matthew Champagne, Quaker Hill Elementary.
Darren Sherwood, Murphy Elementary.
Curtis Swenson Caldwell, Quaker Hill Elementary.
Sean Kramer, Oswegatchie Elementary.
Donato Barnhill, Oswegatchie Elementary.
Gabe Van Overloop, Oswegatchie Elementary School.
Juan Morel, Winthrop Elementary School. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, hoop fans of all ages and Lancer Nation. Welcome to the X, home to your Waterford Lancers, as the boys play host to the Lions of Wheeler High School in this 7th annual Go Gold basketball game for childhood cancer awareness here at the Francis X. Sweeney Fieldhouse. This is a very special night here at the Francis X. Sweeney Fieldhouse, a tradition that began 7 years ago. Waterford senior Marissa Walker, the 2018 NFHS National Spirit of Sport Award winner and cancer conqueror, currently registered nurse at the Moffitt Cancer Center in Tampa, Florida, organized an evening raising awareness for childhood cancer and the great need for more research dollars. The tradition continues tonight. Cancer has taken far too many children from our communities. Madeline Garaya, Merrick Tucker, Travis Brennan, Dorian Murray, Bryn Levitsky, Nicholas Tissio, Marissa Satiro, Harold Alvarez, Gabriela Castillo, Kim Ann Crowley, and John Walker Jr. Let us not forget them. Tonight we remember them. Tonight we play for them. Tonight we raise money for Camp Rising Sun, which exists to provide a safe, nurturing environment for kids who have faced the diagnosis of cancer so that they may grow and learn from their experiences to become the best that they can be. Please consider a donation to Camp Rising Sun. The table is located near the entrance of the field house. Every dollar is so important. When the ball is tossed up to begin the game, the spirit of these children will be present, as well as the spirit of competition. This is high school sports at its best. On behalf of Marissa and all children that are currently fighting this terrible disease, we thank you in advance for your generous contribution to Camp Rising Sun. Thank you.
So the Go Gold game here at Waterford High School, and we've been fortunate enough to be a part of it, epitomizes so much of what's right about high school sports, and of course the fight against childhood cancer and cancer everywhere is symbolized here. It started with Marissa Walker, the Walker family deeply involved in it, and Juice, when I think of high school sports, I mean, this is what's the absolute best about it.
Yeah, sportsmanship, scholarship, caring for one another, building a brotherhood and a sisterhood, and thinking about sending a message that's going to go beyond the court, the field, whatever it is that you're playing on. So just a tremendous night, and wonderful to see both teams participating in it.
Now, I'm wearing lavender tonight because of a celebration of life for my aunt who passed a month ago, and her favorite color was lavender. You're wearing orange in honor of your alma mater, the Cuse, who pulled off a buzzer beater today. So the colors, the whole gym is filled with colors that have meaning for us for different reasons, and nothing better than the gold that every member of the two teams are wearing. So while the sportsmanship goes on, I want to talk a little bit about the divisions, because we talk about this and it's very confusing, because you could be in Division 3 and you could be playing in the Division 2 tournament and then be in Division 4 when you go play in the state tournament, and people at home go, I don't know what any of that means. So in a nutshell, in the ECC, there are 4, or are there 5? 4. There are 4 divisions, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yes.
1, for example, is your NFAs, New Londons, St. Bernards, Fitches. As you move down, your Waterfords, the other 2 Division 2 teams, Woodstocks, Ledyards, all the way down to Division 4, which has your Wheelers and your Putnams and things like that. After the national anthem, we will come back and explain what that means for the regular season, the postseason, and the state tournament.
At home and overseas who protect us, and our military veterans, past and present, with the playing of our national anthem.
So, Division 1, 2, 3, and 4, you play in your own division and you play games up and down across the conference. When we go to the ECC tournament, there are 2 tournaments, the Division 1 tournament and the Division 2 tournament, which probably should have different names.
It probably should.
But the Division 1 tournament is comprised of teams from Division 1 and Division 2, and the Division 2 tournament is comprised of teams from Division 3 and Division 4. So while Waterford is in Division 2 and Wheeler is in Division 4, in the postseason, Waterford will be playing in the Division 1 tournament, Wheeler will be playing in the Division 2 tournament.
Yeah, and that started a couple years ago, Casey, when they felt that teams that were smaller didn't really have a chance to get to play on that big stage for that quarterfinal event. It used to be the Super Saturday quarterfinals. Now it's the Super Saturday semifinals, where you have 4 games of semifinals, and you give an opportunity for these smaller schools to play in front of a bigger crowd.
And so this is all for the regular season and then the postseason, but then once you go to the state tournament, the state is broken up into 5 divisions, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and where you are in those divisions is based on enrollment and previous year's success and things like that. So you could be playing in any number of those divisions for a state championship. I bring that up because when we talked earlier and you mentioned that for Wheeler this is an quote-unquote out-of-conference game, so to speak, it's because as in Division 4, they are choosing to go all the way up and play Division 2. If they were playing another Division 4 team or a Division 3 team, it would count as sort of their own. But by going all the way up to play a Waterford in Division 2, it's actually an out-of-conference game. It's an in-conference game, but out of division to where it doesn't count the same. Yeah. And I say that because if it's confusing for you at home, it is. It's confusing, but once you get to kind of understand it, you understand what this really means. This is a small school, the smallest school in the conference, playing what has been one of the premier teams in the conference for the last decade. This is a big step up for Wheeler.
Yeah, and they wanted it. You know, Coach Stephen Bailey has done a great job building this program to expect to win, to expect to compete. You're going to see a big difference in the heights of the players when they match up on the court, but you're not going to see a big difference in the hearts of the players.
Well, with that in mind, I think it's time for some freshly squeezed juice. Let's talk about what the keys of the game are tonight.
Okay, Casey, for Waterford, the 3 is the key. Points could be at a premium. Got to knock down some 3-pointers to loosen up Wheeler's man-to-man defense. Get back. The Lions like to get out in transition and have good team quickness. You must get back on D and prevent easy baskets. And smoke and mirrors. Don't be afraid to mix it up on D. Wheeler operates better versus man, so don't be afraid to use some zone. For the Wheeler Lions, space the place. Spacing is offense, offense is spacing. Use balanced scoring options to draw the Lancer defense away from the basket. Find the shooters. Waterford can get hot from the 3-point line. They must identify who the shooters are in the half court and embrace the moment. Big stage, historic opponent, and Casey and game day is here. Don't let the moment be too big. One play at a time, play your game, and have some fun.
Now, it's not too often that we see one center giving up over a foot to an opposing center. But the center, for all intents and purposes for Wheeler, is DeAndre Bransford, listed at 5'9". Now, he plays 6'9", but he's only 5'9". And if he played 6'9", he still wouldn't be as tall as the center for Waterford High School, Juan Morel. All 6'10" of tall Juan jumping against Bransford here to start us off. And Morel wins the tip, and it goes to Spencer, and we are off.
Wheeler Lions, man-to-man.
Little weave. Lombardi with the basketball, drives, throws it up, no good, but there's Morel, and then Bransford comes down with a strong rebound.
Waterford will also match up man-to-man to begin.
I think Wheeler's going to have to be patient and shoot it. Wild shot by Zardy's no good. Morel pushes it up ahead. Spencer thought about the 3 instead, kicks it out. Kazar for 3, no good. Morel tips it. And Morel has a chance, honestly, of a 25 rebound night tonight.
There's one.
Spencer picks his dribble up. Morel with the offensive rebound, kicks it back up. Long 3 for Spencer, back iron, no good. And Zardy's got there first, or was that Kessler? Check it. It was Zardy's got there first and was banged to the ground on the 50-50 ball, so it'll be Wheeler basketball on the side.
Waterford cold as the temperature outside so far. 0 for 4, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line.
Kessler with the basketball for the Lions. Back iron 3, Morel with the strong rebound, holds it high above Bransford. And up ahead now comes Spencer. Waterford's been playing good basketball, 4 straight, but they haven't played in 8 days. Wheeler coming off a tough loss to Killingly. Killingly, one of the many Division II tournament teams that could make noise. Morel, baseline, left hand, can't get it to go. Krisowitz with the rebound. High screen and a miss timing. Turnover for the Lions. So we're 2 minutes in and still waiting for our first points of the ball game.
Yeah, both teams playing perimeter basketball right now. See which team decides to go inside.
Kazar, now Morel playing out past the 3-point line. Drive, left hand, the first basket of the game, good from Gabe Lombardi. Nice move by Lombardi, getting to the rim with the left hand. Ball loose on the floor. Bransford had it, but he was on the line, so it'll be a turnover by Wheeler. And right now, Wheeler realizing that, you know, what it likes to run is being disrupted by the length of Waterford, and of course the overall length of Morrell is a problem for anybody. Spencer going to be fouled by Zardes on the perimeter. A little touch foul as Spencer tried to get to the basket.
Yeah, Spencer's shifty. He's quick, he's shifty, so he can get you off balance. Zardes got to be careful.
Official Tim Viveras just letting them know his expectations for the level of banter that he is going to allow in this one. There's the steal, Zardes, and we're tied at 2. That's the way to respond, and he's going to get teed up.
Oh boy.
Anthony Melhoit did not like what he heard, and Zardes says, I didn't say anything, I don't know what's going on.
And that's also big, Casey, because it's his second personal foul. He just picked up a personal, what Bill Raftery would call the nickel dimer, 30 feet away from the basket. Then he picks up the technical, so now all of a sudden, Coach Bailey has a huge decision to make with only a little under 3 minutes going by in this game. Zardes has 2 personal fouls.
So Spencer will shoot the technical, and he misses it. And we are going to get a sub into the game. Kyle Montigny is going to check in. I think that's a smart move for both the emotions of the moment as well as the 2 fouls. Spencer will have 1 more. Montigny, of course, part of the Griswold High School team. Let's take a look. There's the steal from Zardes, off to the races, makes the basket. I don't know.
Ooh.
We'll find out later on, perhaps, but it's as it stands. Waterford up 3-2 with the basketball.
There definitely wasn't any, gesturing, so it must have been something he said.
There's Lombardi, and back out to Spencer. Lob it underneath to Morrell, and we're looking for a push, but they didn't give him one. That's what Morrell wanted. I thought that was great defense from Wheeler.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was the first time that Waterford tried to establish one inside. We'll see if they continue to try to do that.
Good hands from Spencer on Montigny. As I was mentioning, Montigny, of course, one of the backs on that great Griswold co-op that made the postseason. He is also lightning fast and very physical, so he brings a little of that as well. Slicing to the basket good, and the foul. Zane Brewer with the left hand, and Brewer, one of the bigger players for the Lions, will shoot the bonus.
Yeah, and this Wheeler team, it's hard to scout them because they don't really have like a pecking order. It's who's got the hot hands, and they can come at you in a variety of ways, all similar ways, but a variety of players.
Brewer knocks down the bonus, and Wheeler with a 5-3 lead here. Spencer turns it over. Brewer has it. He turns it over. And Morrell has it. And he turns it over. And Montigny has it. And he turns it over. And Lombardi has it. And he turns it over.
This must be the Sunday morning bakery menu. That was 4 or 5?
5, I believe, on one play. It was without anyone ever really establishing possession. Spencer, crossover, pull up from the elbow, knocks it down.
Tough. There's that shifty nature of Spencer. You gotta just stay down, force him to take longer jump shots. Don't let him get that step.
Kessler with the J, no good. Underneath, Bransford, look at him slide around Morrell and use the body. DeAndre Bransford is not gonna play small.
Wheeler has now scored their last 3 shots that they've taken.
Morrell wants it at the free throw line, steps back, no good. Rebound Brewer. And if they can get Juan Morel to shoot it there, they're doing all right.
Absolutely. That was one of the strategies that the coaching staff was hoping, try to get him to play away from the basket.
Brewer, fadeaway, knocks it down.
Tough. 4 in a row now for the Lions, 4 made baskets in a row.
Spencer looking for a high screen, double screen. Morel rolls to the basket. No connection there, and out of the pack of it comes Kessler. Wheeler not letting Morel get to the spots that he wants to get to. Brewer wants the long 3, in and out. Morel just went over the top that time. It just used all of his length for that rebound. Spencer finds Morel, and he'll draw the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Again, the shifty nature, the ball handling of Parker Spencer, you got to keep him out there on the perimeter. Once he's able to get a piece of the paint, he's dangerous. He can hit the 3, so you gotta close out, but you want him to operate away from the paint. Once he's able to get inside like that, he can either score or dish it off to somebody else.
And it was a couple of years without one, but Waterford has had a shifty, electric kind of point guard for a while now. They have a long tradition here of those kind of shifty point guards. You know, never better than Mikey Bassetto, but there's been any number of really good scoring point guards here at Waterford, and Spencer certainly in the mold of those.
Yeah, and only a sophomore.
Morel knocks them both down. There's something that's improved greatly from Juan's game. He's a good free throw shooter.
Yeah, it's a nice looking stroke.
And he cuts it to 2. Quinn Speller checked into the game for Waterford. Brewer pulls up, can't knock it down. That was in and out. Morel with another rebound, and Spencer pushing for Waterford. Morel, baseline jumper, no good. Brewer brings it down rather, and passes it back to Kessler. Yeah, Morel's been shooting from the perimeter. I know Waterford they want him getting inside the paint. Brewer forgoes the 3, running shot wild. And Morel with another rebound. Under 2 minutes remaining. There's a dump down to Morel. Double teamed immediately. Kazar can't get it to go down, and Speller very active, but it goes out of bounds off of him. Griffin Neal's going to check in to the game, replacing Sean Kramer.
Well, this is exactly the start defensively that Coach Bailey wanted. He didn't want to see those 3-pointers going down. That was a big concern.
And he said what they want to play the game at points-wise. They want to hold the opponents to around 50.
Mm-hmm.
Jump stop. Wild shot, no good from Kessler. And out of the pack with it comes Neal. Just into the ball game, Neal, and I think it's going to be saved by Morel. They're using all of that length to save it back to Spencer. Kazar pump fakes, and he's going to draw the foul and shoot 2.
There was a clean block somewhere in there, but there was also some contact somewhere in there.
Foul is on Bransford. 4th team foul on Wheeler, and Jordy Kazar will shoot 2 for the Lancers.
Yeah, that would have been a backcourt violation for most teams in the league, but 7-foot wingspan of Juan Morel saves this from going. Ooh, toe might have been on the line. No challenge flag in basketball.
Got to go back to New York. Got to go back to here to game day. We call it a whoppy.
Still a great effort by Juan.
Sports Doctor's down on the bench. He's been listening to everything going on over there for Wheeler. What's Coach Bailey saying?
Well, I mean, Coach Bailey, first of all, he likes the effort by his team. Second of all, he likes the fact that it's one and done for the Lancers on the glass. But keep it up and take care of the basketball. Make good decisions and knock down some easy shots.
Brewer, quick trigger 3, no good. Spencer with a weak side rebound will push. Under a minute remaining, 45 seconds. Spencer kicks it back out. Speller with a 3 straight away, no good. Morel, there's that first offensive rebound. Another offensive rebound and a nice left hand soft touch from Juan Morel. Lancers with the lead.
Unofficially, I got Juan for 4 offensive rebounds, 6 total in the first quarter.
Well, they had said he was really happy with the one and done. They gave up 3 that time. We're going to get a turnover for Wheeler as Brewer traveled. It's going to give the Lancers the last shot of the quarter if they want it, with 16 seconds remaining and a 2-point lead. Now they're saying instead that it was turned over. It'll be Wheeler basketball. He made the travel signal. Bransford has it, pulls up quick, can't get it to go. 10 seconds remaining. Kazar with the basketball for Waterford. Spellers, Morrell at the foul line, drives, can't get it to go. One last chance, Ken Montigny can't get it to go. We're at the end of one. It's 11-9, Waterford on top. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Being part of a great community is so important. People helping and supporting others can be very uplifting and contagious. At Philomena's Restaurant, that's exactly what you get. It's the community hub for not just Waterford, but all of southeastern Connecticut. Birthday parties, anniversary dinners, weddings, sports banquets, a drink with friends, and of course, charity events. Philomena's has been, is, and will always be there for the community. Celebrate and support southeastern Connecticut at Philomena's. Philomena's, Utopia Plaza in Waterford.
Lancers with a 2-point lead at the end of the first period. And Juice, what did you see there from Waterford that you liked in the first quarter?
I liked when they were able to get into the paint, get the ball, get a piece of the paint, either with the guards penetrating or getting the ball inside. They got some offensive rebounds that were timely. They didn't shoot the ball well, 3 of 12, but they were able to get to the free throw line. So 3 of 12 from the field, but 5 of 6 from the free throw line, and that's why they have this 2-point advantage after one.
Wheeler will have the possession here to start the second period. Of course, Wheeler's head coach, Stephen Bailey, is a direct coaching tree from Jeff Bernardi. He was an assistant at East Lyme. So, Waterford is like the rival that he's had, and this game right here means a lot on a number of levels for him, as Bransford with the offensive rebound puts it back, ties the game.
Similar colors as well.
Well, if he was going to go someplace, he had to go maroon. Sports Doctor, you were listening to Coach Bassett. What do you have to say?
Yeah, he talks about the adjustments when double teams are coming and switches to be made on the defensive end. But he just wants his team to be patient, Casey. And when they have three-pointers, knock them down and execute. I think that's both sides right now. Just looking for a little bit of consistency and a little bit of offensive identity.
Well, great set play right off of that with Speller on the weak side layup. Nice cut. Lancers with a 2-point lead. And then on the other side, Morrell altering the shot near the basket. So Waterford with a 2-point lead and the basketball. Kazar freed up for a 3 straight away. No good. They ran a little weave to free Kazar up, trying to get him off. Now Kessler is going to get the blocking foul on Spencer.
Ooh.
That would be on the floor.
That would have been a third foul on Zardes, so that was a bang-bang play. They called the block.
Zardes has the energy that Wheeler likes on the floor. He's aggressive. He goes after it. But you're right. If he gets a third one, he's going to have to sit the rest of the half probably. Zardes has it up top. Kazar on him. Zardes drives, hangs in the lane, no good. Speller now will push it for Waterford. Turns on the Jets. 3-pointer is good from Parker Spencer.
That's the first 3-pointer of the game for either team. Nice looking shot from the sophomore.
And there's a steal. Behind the back, Spencer. Drives, hangs, floats, no good. That one almost went down, but a little too much. Now Zardes has it, and Wheeler needs a basket. Suddenly they're down 5. 3-pointer, good! Kyle Kessler with a triple.
Floodgates are open.
1-3, all 3. Speller turns it over. Kazardis has the good hands. Now Kessler, and he lost it. And Spencer's letting him know it.
I just got a little excited. That's the old in football, make the catch first before you run and get the extra yardage. What a great steal by Zardes. You can see the quick hands and the quick feet of Wheeler is bothering Waterford, with the exception of Spencer. He can handle this, and he's been able to get penetration. That's going to be the third on Zardes.
And it's going to get Nate Main into the ball game for Wheeler.
And I think Parker Spencer already is the key to this game. I know it's easy to look on the court and say, you got a guy that's a foot taller than the opposing center, so he must be the key to the game. I think it's Parker Spencer. He can handle this kind of tenacious defense that Wheeler has, and he can get the Waterford offense settled.
Speller finds Morrell. Beautiful dish. Juan gets his own rebound and puts it back.
That was the old Moses Malone padding the stat sheet. Missed the layup so I could get an offensive rebound and a putback. That's 7 rebounds now for Morrell.
Kessler, wild shot, no good. Morrell with a strong rebound. Juan starting to assert himself here on the glass. Spencer, crossover, pullback, no good. And Morrell going to get called for over the top. Now there's a great play from DeAndre Bransford, because even though you're a foot, you can't let someone come over your back. So you've got that good body position and forced Morrell into a over-aggressive play.
Yeah, that's a YouTube training video for how to box out.
You too can box out.
There it is.
On YouTube.
There it is.
And it shows that, at the end of the day in basketball, physics and geometry matter. You can be as tall as you want, but if you're, it's all about the angles, knowing where those rebounds are going to be, and Bransford did a great job sealing Morrell in that spot. No good on the 3. Here comes Spencer. Nifty move going to the basket by Kramer, but it doesn't go down. Now Coach Bailey wants them to run Kentucky, where 3 of their players will opt out for the NBA after this play is run. Kessler for 3. Got it! Kyle Kessler knocks it down, and it's a 1-point game.
That was a great offensive set.
Kessler has now put his name in for the draft. He will leave Kentucky at the end of the year. Spencer, stripped, gets it back. No good. Bransford with another rebound. Now Coach Bailey wants to settle, and Maine's going to walk it up. Spencer tried to go for the steal, but instead, Maine gives it over to Brewer. Little pick and roll with Bransford. Drives, goes reverse on Juan Morrell, and scores.
He used the rim as a shield, Casey. He knew if he went on that strong side, it's getting pinned. He uses the rim to get some protection and get the layup on the other side.
Speller picks his dribble up. Morrell looking for the cutter. Kazar has it now. Back up top to Speller. Shot clock under 10. Speller so quick. There's the jets we see on the football field. He's an athlete, and you give him a step, and he's by you. Back and forth, Waterford on top. Fall away for Brewer. Oh, splash.
3 field goals in a row now for the Lions. 1-point lead.
Got a whistle. Shot clock's going to be reset to 31. It's also going to give Waterford a chance to put in a couple of subs. Matt Champagne into the game. And Montigny will check back in for Wheeler. Bransford's going to get a break. So with Bransford, this is 2:14, Bransford on the bench. They're going to have to get some minutes of size And that's coincidentally when Morrell went to the bench. So Coach Bailey saw Morrell went to the bench and immediately gave Bransford a breather as well.
Yeah, Bransford is working his tail off. Effort is a skill, and Bransford has it in spades.
Spencer floats it, no good. It ends up in Speller's hands, and the floater is good from Quinn Speller. Waterford back on top. Very entertaining second period. Brewer off the mark. Good hustle play by the Lancers. Neal picks his dribble up. Champagne. Kick out instead underneath. Neal can't get it to go. He said he was fouled. Kramer off the mark on the 3. Now Brewer. Looking for a little give and go. Great play by Champagne on Montigny. Kramer drives and scores. Sean Kramer gets to the basket. Strong right hand. That time he got it to go.
Yeah, every time Waterford's been able to get dribble penetration, something good has happened.
3-point lead for Waterford. Kessler, long 3. Got it! KK with a tray. And we're tied at 24.
Tough shot. Little fadeaway on that. This Wheeler team has come to play.
Rejected. Spencer went up and had it blocked. 3 is strong, but offensive rebound comes back to Kramer. Spins, hangs, he's gonna draw the foul on Brewer. And with 21 seconds remaining in a tie game, Sean Kramer will shoot 2 for Waterford.
Yeah, and the offensive rebounds, I think, has kept Waterford in this game, so to speak, because their shooting percentage is not very good. We'll total that up at halftime, but they're getting extra opportunities, a lot more opportunities than Wheeler's getting, and that's what's keeping them even or about to go ahead.
21 seconds remaining, and we're going to see both Morrell and Bransford check back into the ball game. Champagne will take a breather, and Krasuitz will take a breather as well. Kramer knocked it down, he'll have one more. Short, good box out by Brewer, and Wheeler can have the last shot if they want it, trailing by 1. Brewer, bounce pass, Bransford, pinned by Morrell, but Morrell was on the line when the ball came down, so it'll stay with Wheeler, 10 seconds. That's a big block from Juan, and a technical foul called on Morrell. Anthony Malahoy with the second technical he's called.
I don't know what happened there. Morrell pinned it. It was kind of a disadvantage because he blocked it so well that it kind of stuck into his wrist. And then when he came down, he landed on the baseline. I don't know what happened after that.
Juan's saying, I didn't say a word. He's saying, I did not say a word. And no good from Kessler. Morrell's just smiling, saying, I didn't say a word, which means someone else might have said a word and he got blamed for it, but that's a tough one.
Second foul also on Juan Morrell.
Kessler knocks it down. We're tied at 25. Here's the replay of the block.
Oh, he did say a word.
The tee comes in late, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Not saying anything yet, and there's the tee.
That was interesting. But, hey, it's all balanced out here, Casey. We're all good.
Last shot, 5 seconds. Kessler's going to have to go. 4 seconds. Looking for a screen. Spencer steps in at the buzzer. Good if it goes. No, we are tied at 25. The sports doctor is going to talk with Coach Stephen Bailey of Wheeler as we're tied at 25, and let's see what he has to say.
All right, Coach, emotions running high here in the first half. What do you like from your team so far?
I like our intensity, our ability of adversity. You know, we go up and then, you know, they go on a little run and we're able to kind of settle down, you know, cut that 4-point lead down to tie it. You know, I told the guys that you got to play with energy. Doesn't matter how the game goes. Control what you can control.
You're on the back end of a doubleheader here. Yes, 2 nights in a row. You worried about your team?
No, we condition in the offseason. We play hard. We practice hard. I run them, you know, so we're in definitely good shape. But we'll get some more rotational guys to help us out.
All right, Coach, if it's not Casey, if it's not energy, it's adrenaline that will get these guys through the second half. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Sports Doctor. All right, we're heading to halftime, tied at 25. You know, the Got It of the Week brought to you by my guys at CNS Pawn, Sock, and Chippa. Go down there and say hey from game day. This week's Got It comes from, wait a minute, the Stonington High School boys basketball team. Let's check it out. Halftime score, 25-all. The Got It of the Week was brought to you by CNS Pawn. You got it, they want it. Call my guys, 889-PAWN, located in downtown Norwich. Whatever you got, they want. And just like game day, they got it.
Before every ECC basketball game, student athletes read a sportsmanship statement, asking fans to, quote, leave disrespect and hateful speech out of our gyms. Those words are especially personal for Wheeler senior DeAndre Bransford, after something he heard on the baseball field as a freshman.
He just turned around and said DeAndre is the N-word. And it was with the hard R, which is, to me, very disrespectful. And the whole usage of the N-word is very disrespectful, especially if you're a white student speaking to an African-American student.
Bransford and his principal, Kristen St. Germain, started an ECC Diversity Council.
Started something that I believed in personally, and me and my principal were able to come together to start a council around the ECC. And it's about inequality in our schools and mainly in sports and how we can fix it. It's been very successful with our messages before the games, and I feel like fans might have settled down a little listening to the athletes who are talking.
That Bransford would step up to make his voice heard was no surprise to his basketball coach, Stephen Bailey.
DeAndre, is the heart and soul, right, in our locker room. He's our vocal leader, does a great job in the huddles, in games, being our center, being an undersized center in the league. He gets that rap of always a small guy, but he's got a big heart. He plays hard, he works hard. He's going up against the 6'3s, the 6'5s, all these guys, taller than him, but it never deters him. He plays hard. He's boxing every time. He's rebounding every time. He's jumping on loose balls.
In a way, the undersized Bransford is an apt representative for Wheeler, the smallest school in the conference.
I believe that if you come from something small, you can build it up, especially being at one of the least diverse schools in the ECC. And being able to start that, I think it proves to any kid that anything is possible. You can start anything if you really believe in it. If I can do it, you can do it. And that's what I really stand on.
Though Bransford is in his last year of high school, he hopes the work he has started with the Diversity Council will continue.
My goal is for the people who come up after me to not have the same experiences I've had in high school. And if this leadership conference can hold a little bit, a little at a time, and if we get more kids, then I feel like my goal is being completed.
The stat, one, he's the only freshman I ever had to look up to the first time I met him. And he didn't play his freshman year. It was just one of those things that didn't come together, and he just wasn't on the court his freshman year.
That's 3.
But his growth, the amount that he has gone from when the first time I met him to where he is now has been amazing. Has been some of the biggest growth I've seen of any player that's come through our program.
6'10".
6'10".
Yes.
Does that include the hair?
No, just no shoes, pat down.
Okay, no shoes.
Yeah. Just in public, I go to the grocery store, I'm just walking past, and I sometimes hear, damn, he's tall. Or wow, Mom, you see that? In school, people get used to it because they see me every day, but when I walk in public, everyone's just surprised and just talks.
Every time I look at him, I feel like it's shorter and shorter. And I don't know if I'm shrinking or he's growing, but I feel like he's still getting taller. But his growth has been, first let's just talk about the basic skill work. his work around the basket, his ability to make baskets and to finish closing to the rim. There was a time last year he would try to dunk the basketball on a fast break and miss it, and it was just, he wasn't ready. And this year when he came in, I said, you're ready for everything at every moment.
Coming from the summer, I played for the Dominican national team. I played U17. Coming back from playing in DR, I came back and just thought I had to step in a bigger role.
I never thought Juan would be the leader that he is today. And he is a guy who guys look up to. And we all make the jokes. Of course they look up to him. But they look up to him where they follow his leadership. He's the one that gets guys together on the court, just the 5 of them. He's the one who's talking to players after practice, before practice, kind of recognizing their talents and how to get them involved in the game more. That's something that it's hard to recreate. I've only seen through a few special players who've come through here.
Expectations are just like everyone just looks up to you and just expects everything from you, up to rebounds, putbacks, layups. So I feel like if I don't meet those expectations, like I'm always hanging my head down, because like I know people like set me high. So like if I don't meet them, I just get upset with myself, which I shouldn't.
It was extremely hard until I really got to talk to him and talk to him about how he felt about it. Those expectations last year, he just felt like he had to literally carry everybody. I said, that's not how this works. It's a team game. Everyone's got to carry their fair share. And this year, he's kind of come into his own where he's able to, carry more, but help other guys carry the load even better.
It's time for Game Day's Grade 8 Plays of the Week. At number 8, Yandel Marischal, New London Wrestling versus Ledyard. Look at the quickness, the takedown. Whalers stay undefeated. Marischal wins his match. At number 7, Sofia Gavea, Woodstock Academy Hockey, steals the puck in the neutral zone, and then look at that, rips it top shelf. The laser from long distance. At number 6, Parker Spencer. How does he look at the save? Oh my gosh, up to Griffin Neal, who finishes. Spencer, crazy play. At number 5, Eddie Fisk, Old Line Basketball, breaks an ankle, drive to the basket, the hoop, the harm, and one. Loving it from Fisk. At number 4, Braden Solo, East Lyme, Norwich Tech. Shoots in for the single leg, gets his opponent up on his shoulders, and is he gonna slam him? Is he gonna throw him? Is he gonna sets him down gently? Look at the good sportsmanship from Solo. At number 3, Waterford Basketball versus Bacon Academy. Lily Davis with the big block. Out to Sarah Davidson, running the floor, and well, get it back to the person who started it all. Davis with the 3, got it. At number 2, Everton Brown of Killingly Track at the James Barber Invitational. Off they go in the 55-meter. He wins it in 6.6 seconds. Qualifies for nationals with a personal record. Good job, Everton. Number 1, Helena Robinson, Ledyard Basketball versus Killingly. Time winding down, about 12 seconds, launches the 3. The bank is open. That looks like it could be, yes it is, the game winner for the Colonels. There's your top plays. Send us your best, and maybe you can make next week Grade 8. Back at Waterford High School, tied at 25 at halftime, and when you want to use something to get underneath and score, there's a great example. DeAndre Bransford using the backboard and the rim to shield himself from Juan Morel. So something's got to give here in the second half. We got to see some adjustments. And second half adjustments brought to you by my guys at Casey Chiropractic, located in Colchester, Connecticut. Dr. Casey and his team are dedicated to providing quality assessment and planning for total body health. From head to toe, Casey Chiropractic will work with you on moving better and feeling great. Give them a call at 537-2202 or check out caseychiro.net for more information. Tell them that you heard it from me, because Casey goes to Casey. Never felt better in my life. Every week, the folks at Casey Chiropractic take good care of me. So call them up and say, Casey goes to Casey. I want to too. Juice, what's the adjustment?
Well, simple thing that needs to happen for Waterford to make it a little easier for them is hit some three-pointers. They were only 1 of 7 from behind the arc in the first half. But adjustment-wise, you want to get inside, get a piece of the paint, whether it be with dribble penetration or getting the ball down low to big Juan Morel. For the Lions, conversely, they do not want the ball to be inside, and they need to limit. They've done a pretty good job with the second chance opportunities, limiting second chance opportunities for Waterford, but they really need to tighten that up and not allow Waterford to get second and third chances. Keep them to 1 shot every possession.
I don't ever want to put too much on any one player. And when you're 6'10", it tends to feel like the weight of the world is on you anyway because you're literally big things expected, ha ha ha. But every time Juan Morel leaves the paint, he should have somebody smack him across the metaphorical knuckles. Kazar misses long. Juan needs to remember that he eats in the paint. And he's just doing them a service every time he steps out.
He was planted there, but they decided to take the 3. They're now 1 of 8 from 3-point lands.
Drive, floater, no good, and good strong rebound by Kazar. Up ahead, Lancers looking to run, and Spencer could have put it to the floor one time. Irony is, the kid loves the dribble. He only needed 1 there, but instead he traveled.
Yeah, and that was a break for the Lions because they did not get back, and Waterford likes to run. So
that might have been a message at halftime from Coach Bassett.
For sure.
Let's get out there and go.
Well, that's his message usually before the game, so I don't know. Maybe they didn't hear it.
Well, they didn't really try to run much in the first half. Now, a lot of that is it's hard to run, unless you're getting rebounds.
Yep.
But we didn't see a lot of them long outlets trying to push.
Well, also, you got to give credit to the Wheeler Lions. That's probably in their scouting report. You got to get back.
And maybe disrupt the passer to not allow the big outlet.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of teams have taken that approach, right, immediately. And some teams are so good at getting out there. Waterford usually is. Spencer's going to come back, reset the offense, gets a high screen coming here from Morel. Spencer pulls up. That's his spot, the elbow. And he knocks it down, and the Lancers take the second 2-point lead of the second half.
Yeah, he's tough when he's able to get a couple steps into the lane or inside the 3-point line.
Great job shutting off Brewer. And we're going to get a foul on Kramer.
And that's something that Wheeler has to do a little bit more of as well, is laying down 2, play off 2 feet, use shot fakes. They're getting in and getting some shots, but there's a lot of altered shots. There's a lot of height other than just Juan Morel. The Lancers have a lot more length.
Krusowitz knocks the first one down. I'm getting the sense that he might not be the world's greatest free throw shooter, as he just sort of kind of celebrated with a double fist bump.
Double fist, like Tiger on 18.
Oh, see, he thought he had a chance at both of them. And look at the hustle from Bransford.
Yeah, I mean, it's a skill that you can tell from Bransford that's not just something that he's playing hard tonight because Casey O'Neill's in the house. That's a skill.
Waterford running that little weave. Kramer goes, spins, hangs. Oh, beautiful, Sean Kramer.
And that's length. He's got a lot of height as well. Rises up. Nobody's going to disrupt his vision when he's able to shoot it.
Great pass to Bransford, but he was in no man's land, and Morel blocked the shot without leaving his feet. Turnover in the other direction. And we're going to get a little push against Waterford. And Zardes tiptoed on the line, drew the foul. Griffin Neal will check in for Kramer for the Lancers.
But that last possession was just a microcosm of how this Wheeler Lions team plays. Got stuffed by Juan Morel. Looked like the Lancers would have a breakout. They come back and get a steal.
Wild shot, no good from Kessler. Bransford fights for it, and he taps it to Brewer. that's the thing that you don't see in the stat sheet, but Bransford just kept the possession alive. Zardes for 3, short. Long rebound, back to Zardes, no closeout. Morrell takes care of that, but a foul drawn by Zardes on Spencer. Nope, check that. They're going to call that on Lombardi. So Lombardi has it.
Long rebound there. You can see what Wheeler's doing there. What we used to call fullbacks. When a shot goes up, you automatically run back. And Wheeler's using 2 of those guys. So 2 guys are not even going for offensive rebounds. They're sprinting backwards. So Zardes shot it, was sprinting back already, but the ball got tipped out and he was able to get his own offensive rebound.
Short on the free throw. And you saw it there, Krzyzewicz denying the outlet pass. So that was a method they knew Waterford was looking to run. There's Spencer's spot. I think he was disrupted on the shot by Zardes because that just looked like it came off his hand funny. Kessler just inside the three-point line, no good. Good rebound, Lombardi. Waterford will push it out of the pack here now with a 2-point lead in the third period. Spencer, there's the spot he loves. No good on that one. Brewer comes down with it.
I really like Brewer. Talk about a guy who is multifaceted. He can step out and shoot. He gets rebounds. He can handle the ball.
Morrell got a piece of that. Now Morrell running the floor over the top of Kessler. And Spencer follows it up with the basket.
And that can't happen. Coach Bailey, furious. That cannot happen. You cannot allow them to get an offensive rebound because you're not running back on defense.
Bransford has it up top now. Shot clock down under 15.
Wheeler has not made a field goal this half. 0 of 5.
They're going to have to go. Kessler drives, spins. He's not going to get it off. Zardes will at the buzzer. Good if it goes, and it goes! Keith Zardes beats the shot clock and brings them to within 1.
First field goal made of the half for the Lions.
Strip. Comes Zardes in the other direction. Little nifty pass to Bransford. Left hand, and he's going to draw the foul on Juan Morrell. That is a big-time move there from DeAndre Bransford, and a big foul on Morrell.
Yeah, he's been having his way inside with blocking shots, but Bransford was able to draw the foul there.
And because of the technical earlier, that's Morrell's third foul.
So down 1, Bransford with a chance to give the Lions the lead.
And I think we're going to see Morrell out of the game here for at least some time. Speller's coming in. He's going to replace Kazar, so Coach Bassett's going to roll with Morrell on the 3 fouls. I'd say that's an aggressive play. 3 minutes remaining in the third. Tied at 31 as Bransford makes the second. Three is good from Lombardi.
That was a nice play designed to get the inside-out 3. Those are my favorite 3s. You're squared up to the hoop. Just a catch and shoot.
Morrell's got to be careful. Zardes drives. Morrell blocks it. Waterford's going to run. Spencer ahead of the pack. Finishes and gives Waterford a 5-point lead. We're going to get a timeout. First, we're going to get some officiating from Anthony Melhoit. He wants to talk with DeAndre Bransford. We're going to get Kramer back into the ball game.
Thought that might have been a situation where Coach Bailey would take a timeout, a little 5-0 run here from Waterford, but he's going to ride it out.
Which
let his team
with
operate.
2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the third period, we have not had a timeout in this game.
No. Expeditiously played game.
Zardes kicks. Kessler for three. Good! Kyle Kessler, that's a big three. Wheelers have an answer. Cut it to 2.
That was a big answer, Casey, as looked like finally the Lancers were getting some momentum.
Nice crossover. Spencer short. Wheeler with a chance to tie or take the lead. Zardes blocked by Morrell.
Coach Bailey, why?
Morrell wants a cutter. Now he wants to roll to the basket. That's a nice move, and Morrell follows up the miss from Kramer. Kessler pump fakes, gets by Morrell, pulls up the elbow, and knocks it down. Tell you, we got a lot of good guards that can shoot it from the elbow.
Yeah, Kessler has been dynamite tonight, keeping the Lions at arm's length.
Merrill drifts out, finds the cutting Speller over Brewer. Beautifully designed play from the Lancers. The lead's back to 4.
Yeah, now a little chess being played. Teams executing. Maybe the defense is a half step slow now as we wind towards the fourth quarter.
We're going to get a foul away from the ball. They're going to call it on Sean Kramer of Waterford, away from the ball. That's the 5th team foul, which is going to send Krzyzewicz to the line to shoot 2. And we know how much he loves the free throws.
We got to find the backstory on that.
No, we're not going to speculate as to what the dance is all about. But we did get 2 double fist pumps off the first make. And now we see why. He's 1 for 3. A little bit, maybe a little more arc on that shot. Bunch of subs coming into the game. Maine in the game, Montigny in the game. Krzyzewicz, one more. That one looked good. I just think he plays with a lot of energy. I just think he's just a happy kid.
Why not? Playing basketball. Could be better.
Peter, did I hear you say Quaker Hill for Krzyzewicz? Well, that's everyone's happy in Quaker Hill. All right, so we got a timeout here, 1 full minute timeout. We've been blessed in the ECC and going past even prior in the ECC to the days of the QVC to be around some great coaches. We experienced the loss of a legend. Juice, why don't you talk a little bit to the folks at home about the loss of one of the greats?
Yeah, Wheeler Lions here tonight. The ECC lost one of its Lions, Bobby Aramoni, the longtime boys basketball coach at Plainfield High School, 43 years. As the head boys basketball coach, was an all-state basketball player himself at Griswold's. He's one of only 5 ECC coaches to have 500 wins. He retired last year with 555 wins, which is good for 10th all-time on the list of Connecticut high school boys basketball coaches. We lost Coach Aramoni, Bobby, this week. I'll always remember Coach for his game day sweaters, his love of a certain Colorado beverage, and just his passion and dedication to his community and his area. Just a legend, Casey.
Yeah, we were blessed last year to witness Coach Craig Parker get his 500th at New London, and had a conversation with him about that, and he brought up Coach Aramoni, and he said, hey, I got 500. I'm still well behind him, and no one talks about him, but a loss for sure. our thoughts go out to the Aramoni family. Sports Doctor, what do you got?
I'm just, talking about that old QVC and some of those battles and some of those gyms. You talked about, Tony Falzarano at Putnam, and those are some tough games to win. Talk about going on the road, Coach. Juicing and getting a victory in a small gym like that with people sitting in your lap. That's 500 wins is no joke. I mean, it takes a lot of work and a lot of wins to do that, and one of the best in the ECC and Bobby Aramoni.
A couple of quick fouls. I think they're using their fouls. And I think they're actually bumping up their fouls on purpose to eat clock. Wheeler put in Garrett Lenahan, and he's in the game. And then Montigny and Maine, and they're reaching in. They've gotten two quick ones. And they did again. That's a third foul.
Interesting. Without it's going to reset at the quarter, and there's 41 seconds. So
he's got two more. Other than eating clock, I'm not sure what the benefit is.
Well, that's why we're here.
I definitely want to ask Coach.
Yeah, that's for the sports doctor.
And there's another foul, and this time by Montigny. Brewer's going to check back into the ball game, as is Zardy. So Maine, Lenahan, all came in, executed a couple of fouls, and now we're going to see them all come out of the game. The starters go back in. So other than to give their starters a little breather, now they're at the fourth foul, so one more foul, and they're going to be in the double bonus anyway. But that's the first time we've seen that. I gotta ask, what the strategy was, what the motivation is.
Now you can't foul. Like, it kind of takes away maybe a little bit of your aggression. I don't know.
Oh, great backdoor cut by Speller. Misses it. Neal with the athletic follow. Gets the lead.
And it's that offensive rebound again that's kind of hurt Wheeler here.
Last shot of the quarter if Wheeler wants it. They're down 5. This is where Kessler's been big. Kessler drives, and he's going to draw the foul. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
So the Lancers have Parker Spencer, who's their shifty guy who could kind of get inside. And for the Lions, they have some quick guys, but it's definitely been Kessler. When you need a bucket, he's the guy who's going to have the ball in his hand. So we'll watch that as we get into the fourth quarter if this game stays close.
Fouls on Spencer, his second. We're going to see Zardes come out of the game. They don't want him to get his fourth foul with 6 seconds remaining.
See, strategy-wise now, okay, sorry to cut you. This is where you want to use your extra fouls. Like 6 seconds, you don't want to let Waterford get a shot off. Now you can't. Now Waterford's going to get a shot off.
In and out. Spencer pushing. All the way, finds Speller. Can't get it to go. We're at the end of 3. 4-point lead for the Lancers. Fourth quarter action coming on the other side. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
All that is good begins with a smile. At Waterford Dental Health, your smile is our top priority. Our entire team is dedicated to providing you with the personalized, gentle care that you deserve. Part of our commitment to serving our patients includes providing information that helps them to make more informed decisions about their oral health needs. Our website is a resource we hope you'll find both useful and interesting. Contact us today at waterforddentalhealth.com.
4-point Waterford lead heading into the fourth quarter of this one, and Wheeler has been hanging around. Every time Waterford makes a little run, they've had an answer. And as we head into the fourth quarter, Waterford poised to try to put this one away. Sports Doctor, you over there listening in on the huddle. What'd you listen here?
Yeah, Coach is talking about executing and defending. I mean, he talks about, just take care of the basketball, too. Guys, you look up here going into the fourth quarter, it's a 4-point game. Every time it's been a 4-point or 5-point game, Wheeler's answered. Whether it's been a bailout 3 or a shot here and there, the thing with Wheeler is they don't want to get down 6 or 8 because do they have the ability and the legs to climb back into it? I mean, these next 3 minutes to start the fourth quarter, very important.
Well, one of the things important right off the bat is Wheeler gets the ball possession-wise starting the fourth quarter. So down 4 with the ball gives you a chance to, cut into it. Down 4 the other way could be different.
Does fatigue come into a factor, guys, here down the stretch because Wheeler played last night?
I don't think this is an NBA thing, but yeah, I mean, I could see where, maybe they're a little bit, but they're, like you say, they're 15 years
They're
old.
16-year-old kids.
Brewer with the miss. Speller with the rebound. Spencer with the push. In the paint, can't get it to go. Tipped out to Zardes, and Wheeler looking to run. Kessler, step back three. Good! Kyle Kessler, there's the answer, cuts it to 1.
He's been incredible, and now Wheeler is 6 of 11 from three-point lands, whereas Waterford is 2 of 9.
Morrell, Kramer on the cut. Spencer now drives. Picks up the ball, Lombardi now drives. Turnover, Bransford puts it ahead to Kessler. Loses the basketball off of, looks like off of a
that was
Lions or off of Kessler. And
that was off Kessler, yeah, it was tricky, but I think he was already out of bounds by the time he saved it.
So this is where you have one of those dicey things. Bransford, though he's not big per se, isn't a ball handler the same way Kessler is. You had the wrong guy running the break. You had Kessler out in front. Bransford would have been better off either keeping it himself or just delivering it earlier than that. That was kind of a tough spot for him.
But Waterford has done a good job of getting back on defense, which was something that they struggled with against Woodstock.
Brewer with the steal. Ahead. Blocked from behind by Speller, but he got a piece of the body, and Brewer goes down hard. He's already got his right hand wrapped on the thumb, and now he's going to go to the line to shoot 2, but he went down hard on the foul from Speller.
A couple turnovers, back-to-back possessions for the Lancers here. They are scoreless still this quarter.
Zane Brewer going to shooting 2.
Brewer in and out. Every time Wheeler gets close, they just can't quite get on the other side of it. They haven't had the lead in a while. One more for Brewer. Second one is good. Tied us at 42.
Yeah, 6 of 12 from the free throw line this half are the Lions.
Yeah, that's not good enough. 50% is not good enough.
They'd have the lead if
they were 75%.
Yep.
And there's a touch foul on Zardes away from the basket, and that's going to be his 4th.
But that was the right call. There's been some calls, debatable, but that was the right call.
So we're going to see Nate Main back in the game because Zardes is going to need to take a break. Now, remember, one of Zardes' fouls was a technical, and that's a big foul when you look at a kid who plays like he does, looking to be disruptive away from the basket.
Yep.
He's still in the game if he has 3.
Absolutely.
Speller drives baseline. Instead, kicks it out to Spencer. Shot clock at 20. Spencer pulls it up, launches, in and out, and Brewer with the rebound coming the other way for Wheeler. Chance to take the lead for the Lions.
When Maine comes in, though, he holds the fort. He's solid.
And it moves Kessler off the ball. Gives them that shooter.
Strong kid, strong with the ball, good defender.
Krizowitz gets Morrell in the air, draws the foul, and if that's on Morrell, that'll be his 4th.
Great shot fake from Krizowitz to draw Morrell up into the air.
Break for Waterford. They're calling it on Kazar. So that is a break for Waterford. It keeps Morrell away from his 4th foul. It's the 2nd on Kazar.
Timeout.
We're going to get a timeout for Waterford. They're going to talk things over, and we'll take ourselves a quick break. We're tied at 42. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Being part of a great community is so important. People helping and supporting others can be very uplifting and contagious. At Philomena's Restaurant, that's exactly what you get. It's the community hub for not just Waterford, but all of southeastern Connecticut. Birthday parties, anniversary dinners, weddings, sports banquets, a drink with friends, and of course, charity events. Philomena's has been, is, and will always be there for the community. Celebrate and support southeastern Connecticut at Philomena's. Philomena's, Utopia Plaza in Waterford.
You know, sometime we're going to have a camera on Coach Bailey for the entire game. When he calls offensive plays, I've seen the Benny Hill, I've seen the Flying Vulture, I've seen the Razzle Dazzle, and we've heard him yell Kentucky. But he's patting his head, he's flapping his wings. But he is as animated as they come. I love, he's in we talked about the Jeff Bernardi tree. We used to joke that Jeff Bernardi was playing defense on the sidelines the entire game. He was in the stance.
Yeah.
He's definitely of that mold, his coach, Stephen Bailey. So our guy, Krisowitz at the line. Knocks that one down. Double fist bump again. Gives it one more time. I mean, it's like the kid is happy to make a free throw. Gives the Lions the lead. I'd be happy about that too. Both good. Tough not to root for a kid with sports goggles and a lot of effort. Kramer spins, left hand, lovely. Oh, Sean Kramer gets us tied at 44. Brewer, long three, high arcer, got it! Zane Brewer knocks it down and gives Wheeler a 3-point lead.
Yeah, he's only a junior, and I love his upside.
Good job by Bransford. He stepped in on the Kramer spin, but he's going to get knocked for the foul. Waterford will have it underneath their own basket. Bransford did the right thing. He got to the spot anticipating the spin, but he got his hands involved. If he had just stayed put, I think he would have been okay.
Coach Bassett usually has some great OB plays.
Morrell, no good.
Tough one there.
Wheeler with a 3-point lead and a chance to go up bigger. They haven't had a lead like this yet. Kessler drives, reverse, blocked by Morrell, but Bransford in the lane, can't get it to go. Kazar comes out with it. Waterford's going to run. Waterford just couldn't get it to go. And now Kessler will operate for the Lions with a 3-point lead.
Waterford 2 of 11 now from 3-point lands.
Brewer, another high arcing long three, back iron, no good. And if that one had gone down, you would have seen the Wheeler bench go nuts because Brewer's incrementally going farther and farther away from the basket.
Sports Doctor was throwing some body English on that one.
Listen, he on air, he is an objective observer, but we know the Sports Doctor's got the heart of a lion, if you know what I mean. Spencer, right on cue, drives to the basket, cuts it to one.
Yeah, they need him to do more of that. Like, that's, even when Wheeler's able to kind of stop him from shooting, he's able to create opportunities for others.
There's a turnover. Up ahead, Morrell throws it down with two hands. And Waterford on top.
Wheeler's got to settle down now. Don't ride the wave of emotion. Plenty of time. That was a close one there. Run your stuff. Get a good shot.
This is where Kessler has wanted the basketball in previous trips. Fights through, he has it. Long three from Kessler, no good, and Morrell. Now here comes Spencer. Turns it over, now the ball's loose. And it's gonna end up with Waterford. 3:17, Zardes is gonna check back in the game. Remember, he has 4.
That Kessler 3 looked good as well.
Kramer. Kazar drives baseline. Stripped by Brewer.
That's unbelievable. That's a great effort play by Brewer. Almost like he let him go by him on purpose.
Almost like he baited him, yeah.
Yeah, to get that strip from behind.
Kessler. He drives baseline, slips.
Oh.
And his foot hit the line. That's a bad turnover right there.
Unlucky.
For Wheeler, yeah, unlucky is right.
Gotta mop it up.
So 2:47 here remaining. Waterford with the basketball and a 1-point lead. Timeout, Waterford. They're going to talk things over. Or is that timeout? 30, so we'll keep it here. You know, you've said you've seen what you like out of Parker Spencer, you know, getting to the basket. And every time Wheeler needs something, they've run something for Kessler. It feels like Wheeler's starting to drift and start relying on those threes a little bit more. Waterford seems like they're trying to get to the basket a little bit more. I think, you know, what do you think about where these two teams are now down the stretch?
I mean, the scoreboard was 48-47. This game is anybody's to win. I think really the next three-pointer that goes down for either team is going to dictate who has control of the game. So that three-point shot has been an equalizer for the Lions, but if Waterford is to hit one, then they're going to have some breathing room. So we'll see what happens. Sports Doctor, what do you got, buddy?
Coach hit it right on the head. You know, Coach Bassett said no more three-pointers. Go out and get them, and long shots, long rebounds. Let's go after every 50-50 ball, Coach.
Yeah, you know, one of the beauties of basketball sometimes is that it's best in its simplicity. And in this game, right now, both coaches, I think, want the same things. So it's who's gonna go and get it. There's the weave, Spencer. Lombardi loses it, almost stripped from behind. Zardes has to be careful. Left hand is good. Gabe Lombardi, the junior, comfortable at the rim and gives the Lancers a 3-point lead.
A 6-0 run for the Lancers, made their last 3 field goals. Just the difference for Wheeler is they can't really get much going on inside because there's a lot of length. And there's another turnover.
Nope, that one's off Morell's foot, so it's going to stay here with Wheeler. They ran a beautiful give and go, and against virtually any other team, Kessler will go up with that.
Right.
Against Morell, he's not.
Reset the shot clock. They called a kickball there.
Brewer for 3. Back iron, no good. Spencer comes the other direction. Falls to the floor, and he's going to get called for a travel. He was unquestionably tripped, but the difference is it was not an intentional trip. I think he tripped over someone's leg on the cut. So he got his foot stepped on, goes to the floor, which is not a foul.
Wheeler's missed their last 3 three-point attempts, so something's got to give here.
There, they're running the streaking vulture. Zardes for 3. Short. Tipped out to Brewer. Over Morell with a floater, no good. Rebound, Brewer on the floor, gives it to Kessler, pump fake, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2 as he got Kramer in the air. He'll shoot the pair. That was a very heads-up move from Kyle Kessler.
The Wheelers missed their last 6 shots, including 4 three-pointers. But now, earlier they were sending guys back. Now they're crashing for offensive rebounds because we're under 2 minutes.
Kessler gets the friendly roll. That one sat on there and teased us. One more for Kessler. He can cut it to a 1-point lead for Waterford. And he does.
1-point game. This is a good one.
Watch Zardes with 4 fouls on Spencer. Spencer with a wild shot, no good. Bransford pulls it down, and Wheeler with 1:15 trails by 1. Coach Bailey wants a timeout. It's a full. We're 1 minute and 11 seconds left in regulation. It's a 1-point game. We're having lots of fun. We'll be back with the last minute and 11. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
All that is good begins with a smile. At Waterford Dental Health, your smile is our top priority. Our entire team is dedicated to providing you with the personalized, gentle care that you deserve. Part of our commitment to serving our patients includes providing information that helps them to make more informed decisions about their oral health needs. Our website is a resource we hope you'll find both useful and interesting. Contact us today at waterforddentalhealth.com.
The 50-49, Waterford with a 1-point lead. We got 1:11 remaining in the ball game, and Wheeler's got the basketball with 27 seconds on the shot clock. If they run most of the shot clock down, it guarantees they'll still get a possession if they defend properly against Waterford. So, you know, if you're looking at the math of it all, they shoot it too soon, they could give Waterford 2 possessions, right? So it's kind of like, what's the math say on the shot clock right now?
Yeah, that's interesting. There's some things that, you know, I never had to consider when I was coaching. I think now for Wheeler, though, you just want to get the best high-quality shot you can on this possession, you know, knowing that you're down. When, you know, you want more possessions to be available if you lose, if you don't make a shot, rather. So whenever the first best opportunity presents itself, that's when you got to take it.
Dump down, Brewer. Kramer's on him, muscles him up, and gets it to go. Zane Brewer over Kramer. And Wheeler with a 1-point lead.
Brewer is tough.
Bransford had a chance to steal with Spencer, but instead foul's going to be called on DeAndre Bransford.
They blitzed that ball screen, that high ball screen, and trapped Parker Spencer, but they called the reach-in on Bransford.
Third on Bransford, so now 35 seconds on the shot clock, which means that unless Waterford shoots in the next few seconds, Wheeler's got the last possession in its grasp, which, based on how much time they're taking, Wheeler's going to probably have the ball at the end of this thing. Kazar for 3, no good. Look at the rebound and a strip by Zardes. And a foul away from the basket on Kessler. So the foul was called on Kramer. Zardes stripped him. Kramer had it, Zardes stripped him. And with 35 seconds on the shot clock and 35 seconds on the game clock, Waterford's going to have to foul.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if Coach Bassett takes a timeout here. Because you have to inbound full court, I would try to press first, but it looks like he's just going to let it play out. Doesn't want to give Coach Bailey a chance to set up a press break.
It goes to Brewer. And Brewer was, what a heads-up play by Brewer. He knew he had 10 seconds, and he sat there and said, you're going to have to come and foul me.
Well, I mean, that shows the experience and maturity of this Wheeler team. There was no panic there.
Now Brewer's going to go to the line with the highlighter sneakers.
Love them.
After the game, he uses those to run through his homework, check out the things that he wants to read in the later day. With midterms coming up.
Yeah. And here we go with the unintentional icing of the shooter, because we have to now check all the machinations of the scoreboard and the clock. Coach Bailey keeping his cool. This would be driving me nuts. Just having your shooter just stand there.
So they had the number of fouls incorrect on the scoreboard, is what they're saying right now. So they're saying that Brewer's actually not shooting. So the book said 3, the scoreboard said 4. So that's what they're working out right now. So if they're right, it'll be Wheeler possession, and they'll have to do the same thing over again. Then Waterford will foul, right, and we'll get back to it. This was an optimal situation for Wheeler, because I think they want Brewer at the line. He seemed to be one of their truer shooters. But
yeah. So what's going to happen? 2 shots?
And they said no, that in fact the scoreboard was right. The other book probably had it, so they conferred on the books. And after all is said and done, Brewer will be at the line shooting 2. And he misses the first one, so
Tim Viveris with the ice.
They did ice him. If I was at the casino, I would have said, take my bets down. I'm off. Ice the shooter. One more for Brewer. And he knocks it down, so With 31 seconds remaining, it's a 2-point lead for Wheeler. Waterford's got the basketball, 31 seconds. Timeout taken by Wheeler, so they're going to set up their defense. So we're going to keep it here. 31 seconds remaining in the ball game. Wheeler's got the 2-point lead and only 3 fouls. So they have a foul to give as well. What would you do defending here? Would you do any pressure? Would you pick up full court? Where would you give the foul? Things like that.
Straight man. It's been your best defense all game long. Straight half-court man. I would tell him if Spencer gets a step on you, you can reach in and foul before he goes into a shooting motion. We don't want to give up a layup, but you're not fouling jump shooters. Make him take a jump shot, box out, 5 on the glass, 2-hand rebounds. We have timeouts. If we get into trouble after a rebound, call a timeout.
Connor Lewis in the house. He knows a thing or two about game-winning shots for the Lancers. I think right now, Coach Bassett is a master of drawing up final plays. Coach Bailey was schooled in the Waterford, in that being at East Lyme. I'm fascinated. I can't wait, Juice, to see how this last 30 seconds plays out.
It's like a little bit of a different look, though. No, basically, man-to-man.
There's Spencer. Now Zardes has to be careful, though, because he has 4 fouls. Timeout, Waterford. Waterford's taking a full timeout. So with 27 seconds remaining and a 2-point Wheeler lead, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with this stretch. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
All that is good begins with a smile. At Waterford Dental Health, your smile is our top priority. Our entire team is dedicated to providing you with the personalized, gentle care that you deserve. Part of our commitment to serving our patients includes providing information that helps them to make more informed decisions about their oral health needs. Our website is a resource we hope you'll find both useful and interesting. Contact us today at waterforddentalhealth.com.
52-50, Wheeler on top. Coach Bassett drawing up the last look here for Waterford. Now they've got enough time, Coach, right, to run a play and foul if necessary. I don't think they're looking for a 3-pointer. I got to think they're looking for something inside. Let's find out, Sports Doctor, what did Coach Bassett have to say?
They're not looking for a 3-pointer. They're looking for a 2-point shot, using Morel for a high ball screen, and then everybody on the boards. So get to the rim. If it's not there, you kick to the corner for the 3, typical Waterford fashion, but they're not looking for a 3 off the get-go.
And I would say the key to that for Wheeler is the get to the boards part. You better make sure you have some good box outs and squeeze that orange on a miss.
Speller drives. 3-pointer from the corner is no good, but a foul on Brewer. And that's going to send Jordy Kazar to the line to shoot 3. Down 2 now. If he makes all 3, Wheeler still got the basketball. But that's a huge foul on Brewer, his 3rd, and Kazar is going to shoot all 3. This exact thing happened at the end of the Woodstock game. Kazar was fouled and made all 3. First one looks like he's pretty locked in. It's a 1-point game.
Yeah, that didn't hit anything but net. That looked like a design play, though. That's what we call the drift pass. It's a baseline drive with the guy in the corner pocket. We used to call that the corner pocket, and you use the baseline as your security blanket, because you could pass it kind of almost as you're drifting out of bounds, and it can't be stolen as easily.
First 2 didn't hit the rim. That one, Bransford comes down with it. Here comes Kessler, 15 seconds. Kessler drives, and he's fouled. Kessler's going to go to the line and shoot 2 with 13 seconds in a tie game.
Well, first, the defensive rebounds. I mean, that ball hung up there and gave Morel extra ticks to get inside and get himself rebounding position. So you had to box out longer and stay focused longer than normal on a free throw miss. Secondly, the quick outlet to the right guy. I don't know if it just happened to be that way, but that's the guy you wanted to have the ball.
And the first one is good by Kessler. I think Coach Bailey wanted a call. I think he thought it went up and hit the shot clock or the top of the backboard. He didn't get it. So that, you're right, a great rebound from Bransford. And Kessler knocks them both down. 13 seconds remaining. Wheeler up by 2. Here comes Spencer, and Waterford will call its final timeout. So Waterford is out of timeouts with exactly 10 seconds remaining on the game clock. We will keep this one here. The sports doctor's going to go listen in on the Waterford huddle. 10 seconds remaining, and we're in almost an identical situation to what we had before, except this is it. This is your last possession. I mean, you might get a miracle one, but what are you running here? Last time we thought we'd see something inside, they went outside. This time, I gotta think you're sending Spencer into the paint and trying to get Morrell on the glass.
Yeah, I mean, multiple options. I think that play was designed to drive to the basket, and if it wasn't there, you're looking for that kick out because, you know, Wheeler's going to try to cut off driving lane. So you might have to end up taking a 3. That might be the best option. But yes, you want to get I think the key is, Casey, you want to get the shot off rather quickly in these 10 seconds. Around 6 or 7 seconds, you want to get that shot off to give yourself a chance to get an offensive rebound opportunity.
Sports Doctor, what is Coach Bassett drawing up?
Again, using Morrell in a high ball screen, either go to the rim or kick to the corner for a 3 and go home a winner. So it's using Morrell at the foul line extended for a screen, either drive and turn and go to the cup or kick to the corner for 3.
10 seconds on the clock. Waterford will inbound with Speller right in front of the bench. You know he's going to try to go to Spencer. Zardes is going to make Spencer work for the basketball. There's Spencer in the backcourt with Zardes. High screen from Morrell. Spencer pulls up, shoots it, and we're tied at 54. Timeout Wheeler. Parker Spencer with a clutch basket ties us up, and Wheeler, 1.2 on the clock. I think they want some time put back on because they said they called the timeout.
Well, Casey, Spencer rejected the screen, and that was the key to the whole game, to the whole play, rather. When you're playing man-to-man defense, you actually want to force the ball handler to use the screen because you're dictating how your defense is going to flow. When he rejects the screen like he did, the help side was all out of whack. The help side was all drifting towards the left side of the court. When he rejects that screen and goes right, he's wide open. He got to that sweet spot that he likes to shoot from and was able to drill the tying jumper. Nice play by Parker Spencer.
So there's 1.8 seconds officially on the clock. So 54-54, Wheeler's got it, and 1.8 remaining on the clock. What will Coach Bailey draw up? Can they get a respectable shot with 1.8 seconds remaining? Or are we headed to extra basketball?
Well, what I would be concerned about right now is if Waterford decides to press, because if Waterford decides to press, you need to get that ball in and let's get to overtime. But they're not going to press, which that's the decision. Coach Bassett, he knows more than me. And now I think Wheeler will at least get some kind of half-court shot opportunity.
I got to think Kessler is going to be who they try to get the ball to. The lob to Brewer. Zardes has it. Good if it goes. No! Zardes thought he was fouled. No call, and we are going to go to overtime. An irate pair of people in Zardes and Coach Bailey, but we will be playing extra basketball. What more could you want on a cold night in Waterford than overtime basketball? We will have all of that action for you coming right away. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Being part of a great community is so important. People helping and supporting others can be very uplifting and contagious. At Philomena's Restaurant, that's exactly what you get. It's the community hub for not just Waterford, but all of southeastern Connecticut. Birthday parties, anniversary dinners, weddings, sports banquets, a drink with friends, and of course, charity events. Philomena's has been, is, and will always be there for the community. Celebrate and support southeastern Connecticut at Philomena's. Philomena's, Utopia Plaza in Waterford.
So 54-54 as we head into overtime. It was 25-25 at halftime. Identical scores, almost equal in the first half and the second half. For Wheeler, this would be a huge program win. It would be a true stamp on this team. And as they head into the stretch and then into the postseason, it would be a signature win for them as far as what they want to do this year. For Waterford, yeah, they've won bigger games, but for a team still kind of figuring out what they're all about, having won 4 straight, trying to step into the conversation, this would be an affirmation that they are still Waterford and that they still know how to win. Remember, Zardes has 4. Spencer pulls up on him, no good. Morrell with a putback, no good. Another putback is good. Juan Morrell gets the first basket in overtime. Waterford with a 2-point lead. Kessler. Now Zardes fakes the 3. They're going to call Spencer with a touch foul. Now, it does not reset going into overtime. So now both teams are going to be shooting 2 free throws on every foul, and this one will send Zardes to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, and just going back to the end of regulation, just a great play by Spencer to get to his strong hands on the high ball screen reject, go strong right-hand drive into the middle of the lane and just stick a tough jumper, that you have to make it or you go home.
Since I love chaos, I would love to see the rule change so that every foul in overtime is 1-and-1. There's no more 2 free throws in overtime. It's all 1-and-1. Gonna get a foul in the other direction over the back, reach. So we'll shoot in the other direction now.
I think Morrell's gonna be shooting.
So Wheeler cut it to 1. That's, I don't think that it is an over the back call. It might be an into the hip call.
Yeah. Pushing.
Yeah, pushing. 2 minutes for pushing. Morrell will shoot 2 with a 1-point lead for the Lancers.
Discussing it might be. Nope.
Back iron and too strong for Morrell.
Free throw box out here. If the ball comes off hard like that again, make sure you got to box out who's got the shooter.
Second one is good for Morrell. 2-point lead for the Lancers. In the corner now, Zardes with Spencer on him, uses a screen. Hesitates on Morrell. Wild reverse, no good. Bransford with the rebound, and he'll be fouled. DeAndre Bransford's been big on the glass. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, well, Zardes drew Morrell to him and was able to, the key was he was able to get it up there. I mean, if it gets blocked, it's going the other way. Transition opportunity for the Lancers. He was able to get it up there and give his guy an opportunity to get an offensive rebound. Bransford's got to hit these.
More importantly on that play, Spencer just got his 4th foul. And if there's a guy that Waterford could ill afford to lose, it's Spencer. I'd say even more than Morrell. It changes the dynamic. So Spencer and Zardes, the 2 guys on each other, both have 4 fouls.
The free throw woes for the Lions continue. Another 1 of 2.
Lombardi, pump fake, gets it to Morrell. Long 3 for Spencer, back iron, no good. What a great job boxing out by Bransford, and That's textbook. He's going to draw the foul on Morrell, so that means that Bransford will be back at the line shooting 2 for Wheeler, and that is another foul on Morrell, his 4th. So Morrell and Spencer, unquestionably the 2 most important Lancers, both with 4 fouls with 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. And they got Brewer at the line right now, and if Wheeler gets away with that, they should be very happy. And Anthony Melhoit says, all right, no, I'm going to straighten that out. That's some attempted chicanery, but Bransford will shoot the 2 instead. First one is good, and we're tied at 57. One more for DeAndre Bransford. Comley knocks them both down. Wheeler's back on top. Spencer all the way to the basket, blocked from behind by Zardes. Give Zardes credit for guts, 4 fouls. He aggressively went after it and got the block on Spencer.
Bassett is terrific at these baseline out of bounds plays.
Waiting for the cutter. It's Speller. Well designed. You said it. He's so good at it.
You got to spend time in practice or that happens.
Waterford back up 1 on a beautiful inbounds play to Quinn Speller. Brewer. Now Kessler. Kessler, straightaway 3. Got it! Lions with a 2-point lead.
Ice in his veins, Casey. What a shot.
Spencer. Great job by Zardes. Spencer whirls, blocked by Bransford. Shot clock at 19. Game at 149.
Another baseline out of bounds play. This is like they're almost better off operating from the baseline than they are from the top of the key.
This time they go to Morrell and up top to Speller. Kazar pulls up, elbow, no good. Rebound, Kessler, 2-point lead. Wheeler's gonna call a timeout. 30-second timeout, 61-59, so Wheeler's got it. 2-point lead and the basketball with 1:36 remaining in the game. Now it's Coach Bailey's time to draw up a play. I mean, a basket here makes it a 2-possession game. A 3-pointer makes it feel like it's a big lead. You know, neither of these teams have extended past 5. That's been kind of the length of it. 5 would feel like an eternity, I'd feel like maybe insurmountable.
Well, a lot of time left. I mean, that's the thing here. You want to make sure that you're not turning the ball over. Maybe expect some pressure here from Waterford. A trap on the ball.
Sports Doctor, what is Coach Bailey talking about in the Lions huddle?
He's talking about setting the ball, screen, coming off, executing. Look for Kessler or Brewer to be handling the ball down the stretch. He wants the ball in the playmaker's hands.
Well, Brewer inbounded to Kessler, so that's you're 2 for 2 right there, Sports Doctor. A lot of time on the shot clock. Now Zardes and Brewer. Brewer gets a screen. Now Zardes has it. Shot clock starting to come into play now with 15 seconds. Coach Bailey is calling the play out. Now they're going to start to run it as the shot clock hits 10. There's Zardes. Drives baseline. Loses it. Bransford, they're going to need to get a shot off. Pump fake. Kessler for 3. Front iron. But he tracks down the rebound. Off of Waterford with 1 minute even on the clock. Wheeler will have it.
From our angle, that was straight on. Just a little short. And another guy who was really good at drawing up baseline out of bounds plays was the old East Lyme coach, and I think Coach Bailey might have taken some of those. So I would expect another terrific baseline out of bounds play here. The difference is that Waterford has the big eraser in the middle, and that makes it tough to run these out of bounds plays where a lot of times you're slipping the screener or the screeners becoming popping out for an open shot. So, you know, the first, and what I always told my team is the first objective of an out-of-bounds play is get the ball in bounds.
Sports Doctor, what are you listening to over there?
Hey, listen, Coach Casey, you know this. 31 in the shot clock. There's no rush here either. Let's run our stuff. And Coach said, let's get the best first available shot. But let's be patient.
If you think Coach Bailey's intense, you're right. He just ran over to the student section and said, let's go, let's get in it. He is fired up. This win would mean a lot for the Wheeler Lions.
Yep, he just wanted to get the ball in bounds safely. That's what they did.
Brewer. Shot clock to 15 and a foul on Speller. And that's going to send Brewer to the line to shoot 2. And that's a big one because he makes them both. It's 2 possession. Now, of note, you want to talk about the little chess matches. Coach Bassett had Spencer out of the game because they were on defense. He was going to give him the possession off and probably put him back in, obviously, on offense because he's got the 4 fouls. That's the little chess pieces we don't see as Brewer knocks it down, which makes it a 3-point game. If Wheeler makes this and it becomes 2 possessions, it'll be interesting to see how they defend it. The junior, Zane Brewer, calmly knocks them both down. It's a 4-point game.
Wheeler 6 of 8 from the free throw line in overtime.
Spencer drives, picks it up. Straightaway 3 is no good. Zardes goes up for the rebound. He's going to be fouled by Spencer. 2 things. Parker Spencer has fouled out of the game. Keith Zardes is going to go to the line with a 4-point lead to shoot 2. Coach Bailey is starting to feel it. He feels this victory at the X.
And Casey, if you didn't know it, if you're just turning on, pass it, I don't know if you can channel surf this game, but if you're just passing through the channels and looked at the student section, you would think this is the rivalry game, East Lyme versus Waterford. The crowds are standing, they're chanting back and forth at each other, the coaches are animated.
The maroon helps.
It definitely does.
The maroon helps. Zardes knocks the first one down. It's a 5-point lead. Wheeler sensing it. This would be the biggest victory for Wheeler since they graduated the sports doctor back in 1962. Zardes misses the second. 31 seconds remaining. Lancer's not done yet. Kazar knocks down the 3. Timeout Waterford. Jordy Kazar with a big 3 cuts the lead to 2.
Yeah, and I said it a little while ago that 3-point shot for Waterford, although it hasn't been falling, they're going to continue to shoot them, and when they do make it, they're a much more dangerous team. And now you bring in the situation where full court pressure is going to be applied. So Wheeler just went from kind of warming up the bus, so to speak, to, well, we better make sure that we're focused, locked in. You can run the baseline here. So you got to make sure that your players know that after a made basket, you can run the baseline. I'm sure Coach Bailey knows that, to tell them that. And he's also telling them that you have timeouts if you get in trouble. Waterford is going to try and create some pressure here and create a turnover because they don't want Wheeler to have to be able to use the clock or go back to the free throw line.
Sports Doctor, what did Coach Bassett have to say?
Coach Bassett talked about who to foul. Number 33, we can foul him, give it the goggles. But he also did say what Coach Schuster just said. He said, we don't have to foul right away. Let's let that double team come. We got a little bit of time in our back pocket. Let's try and get a turnover first.
Bransford knows he can run the baseline. He does. And he gets it to Krizowitz, and he's fouled right away. So Waterford got everything it wanted. Mm-hmm. It got the person they wanted fouled, but the last time Krizowitz went to the line, he knocked down 2. The kid with the goggles, like I said, we like sports goggles and effort. 33 has them both. He needs to make one to make this thing have a little bit of breathing room, but if he makes them both, I can't imagine the fist pumps I'm going to see. First one is up, and it is good, like Ollie in Hoosiers with a friendly bounce.
Wheeler 8 of 11 from the free throw line in overtime.
One more for Jason Krzyzewicz, the senior. This is the big one. It's up, in and out. Morrell with the rebound. 18 seconds left. Kessler jumps in and almost picks it out of bounds. Waterford ball.
And now a discussion, do you foul? Up 3. Do you foul and put Waterford at the line to shoot 2 free throws?
So tough with Morrell and their length.
I
Give up an offensive rebound.
no. I say no.
Especially with Spencer out of the game. You just guard Kazar. Don't let Kazar do that. Kazar, back iron, no good. Tipped. Zardes tracks it down, and he's fouled with 3 seconds left. A 3-point lead. 1 of 2 will seal it for Wheeler.
In overtime, the defensive rebounding has been clutch for Wheeler, but they've also been able to get to the free throw line. And this is going to be number 13 and 14 free throws of the overtime.
Zardes needs to make 1 to ice it. First one is up. It is good. A 4-point Wheeler lead with 3 seconds left, which means all they have to do is get out of the way. One more for Zardes. It is good. 5 seconds. Last shot. No good. Roar, Lions, roar! Coach Bailey and the Wheeler Lions have come to the X and beaten the Waterford Lancers, a signature win for the program. We are going to have a conversation with head coach Stephen Bailey as well as our player of the game. But first, let's go and hear this message from the law offices of Dan Horgan in New London. If you haven't seen it, watch it, all you ECC athletes.
I came here in 1992 not knowing a soul, and I started a law practice in New London. The community has supported us ever since. Thank you. Game day athletes, playing high school sports is going to be one of the best experiences of your life. I know you give 100% effort and you treat your teammates, your opponents, and your coaches and officials with respect. Are you doing the same in school? Are you showing up every day and giving 100% effort? Are you giving the respect to your classmates, your teachers, and your parents? Sure, winning is great, and give it your best today when you go out on that field. But never forget, getting a good education will be the best game you'll ever play in your life.
A great win for the Wheeler Lions. The sports doctor is with Coach Stephen Bailey. What's he feeling?
Hey, Coach, 5 degrees outside, little road trip up 95. Feels pretty good, doesn't it?
It does feel real good. It feels real good, especially after last night, being able to face adversity, come through back-to-back nights. Guys played hard. Guys played with intensity. Guys played for each other.
You guys found yourselves down 4 or 5 points on a couple different occasions. Yes, talk about the grit of your team to hit some big shots to not let the game get away from them.
Again, this group has the experience of having 60, 50-plus games under their belt, all starting 5. You know, we don't try to face adversity head on, right, little at a time. We talk about stop, score, stop. That's what we try to do, get our stops on defense. I told the boys this game's going to be 1st to 55. We hit that point and continue to push on forward.
Well, I can't drive 55, says Sammy Hagar, but tonight's a huge win. What does this mean for your program gaining confidence moving forward?
Again, just the ability that, you know, we're willing to play with anybody, anywhere, anytime. You know, we wanted to be here. We wanted to play those tough teams. Waterford's a great, traditional, rich history type of program. Bassett does a phenomenal job. 2-time champion. You got to put it out there, respect, but we want to earn our respect as well over here at Wheeler.
And it helps when you got a kid like Kyle Kessler over here. 26 points tonight, 6 3-pointers. A lot of times the guys over there are calling you had ice in your veins. Talk about the ability to take the big shot in a big moment.
Whatever happens, really. I mean, I get good passes, which helps, but, you know, it just goes in, keeps going in, and we go from there.
Now, what's it feel? What do you think this message sends to the rest of the teams in the league? It's Wheeler. We're coming on the road. Maybe we're not expected to win, but you kind of steal one here tonight.
I think we just made a bigger name for ourselves right there, beating them. So I think that other teams are going to be more prepared, and it's going to be harder, but I think we just made a bigger name for ourselves.
It's a team effort, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
All right. Happy group of Wheeler Lions here tonight on Game Day, KC.
A proud Wheeler alum and a proud group of Lions. Congratulations to Coach Bailey and all the Lions juice. We thought this was the kind of game, and it turned out to be exactly that kind of game. Wheeler wanted to, show where they belong, and I guess this game answers one thing and maybe raises a bunch more questions.
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, just to recap the overtime, the difference was the ability for Wheeler to get to the free throw line, and they knocked those free throws down. 10 of 14 from the free throw line in the overtime. Kessler was terrific, shooting the three-point shot all night, and Waterford really was cold from three-point land. So they'll go back to the drawing board. They have the Lancers will, and they have some divisional games coming up. So Coach Bassett said in these next 3 or 4 games, we'll find out what our team's all about. But they did have an 8-day layoff. So they'll use this as a springboard to kind of get back into those division games. But in terms of, as we talked about, the machinations of the Division II ECC tournament, which is made up of Division 3 and 4 of the regular season games, wide open.
Yeah, it's wide open. You lose to Killingly, you beat Waterford. Road games, Wheeler is, I think, a team that can beat anybody. And I think what, Kyle Kessler said was exactly right. It's going to get harder from here. No more nights off. The Division, 3 and 4 teams knew, but now I think everyone knows this is a team you got to take very seriously, and that's a big win for them. For us on Game Day, we'll be back next Friday at Fitch High School, the rematch of the St. Bernard Saints and the Fitch Falcons. It was a very good one, closely contested. Fitch, of course, came up short. St. Bernard's has been rolling. We'll see what the rematch has to offer as we are smack in the middle of our winter sports schedule. So much more to come here on Game Day. For Mike DeMauro, Peter Wappy, and the crew, Coach Chris Giusti, thank you as always. I am Casey O'Neill. Congratulations, Wheeler, Stephen Bailey. You came in and you got it done. Lions, roar. You've been watching Game Day live on Day.com.